Hello, you're watching Avenue X, and today let's talk about a recently started airing short period drama, 风月变, Butterfiled Lover. That is a really odd name, Butterfiled Lover. This is the first time I heard anybody using that word as a verb, but it actually makes sense for the plot. A couple of days ago, the drama started airing on the platform Mango. It is 22 episodes in total, each episode only 20 minutes. Hearing Mango and short drama, you probably have guessed, yes, it's done by that same director who's made a reputation of being a really good director of super short dramas, Zheng Qingjie. This is yet another his direction work. Previously, he has done 念念无名, The Killer is also romantic, 虚言, A Familiar Stranger, Provoke, this year I believe, and 风月变 this time, Butterfiled Lover is yet another one. It is written by Zhao Ling and Li Wenting. Zhao Ling also being the writer of A Familiar Stranger and The Killer is also romantic. We can see a very well-oiled team that have worked out a formula of making short stories, and they keep putting out actually really acceptable quality productions, probably getting a much better ROI than most of the bigger dramas. For this drama, it is led by Zhao Yiqing and Lu Xiaoyu. Zhao Yiqing also being the lead actor of Provoke that happened not so long ago. This drama will also feature a lot of other familiar faces in Zheng Qingjie's short dramas, and we're gonna talk about that later. In terms of production, it was shot under a month time. They started shooting around Christmas and wrapped around January 20th this year. Within half a year, the drama airs. Pretty good turnover time. When you watch this drama, just pay attention to the actors and how much steam comes out of their mouth when they're speaking. In certain shots, they really do look like a steaming, boiling teapot. Based on the current schedule of airing of this drama, it's gonna finish airing on August the 4th for the Mango TV subscribers. And at the point of making this video, I have just finished watching episode 11, which is at the exact halfway point. A good time to already talk about it and help you decide whether you should check it out. I'll give it a 1.5 gold mine. Recently I've been giving that a lot, but yeah, it just happens to be like that. If the later half of the drama can deliver me 1 or 2 surprises I don't see coming, I'm gonna rate it to 2. Now let me quickly introduce you to the story setup, and then we're gonna talk about the details. This story is actually set in the same fictional story space as 念念无名, A Killer is also romantic. Our male lead character, played by Zhao Yiqing, is a type of leader of constable, kind of police force, let's say, of this city. He has a brother who also has a title. He has a father who is also an important official of the city. At the beginning of the story, he has already been married for 3 years to our female lead character, played by Lu Xiaoyu. Something happened on Chinese New Year's Eve, causing some quite unexpected bad things happening. And then he realized his wife is actually not a normal human. We go into the flashback of how they first met, how they got together, eventually got married, and that was the first 9 episodes or so of the plot. Then it goes back to the current timeline and the dealing with their future challenges. We also have a second lead couple who are this male lead's brother and the princess that he married to. We've only started to see that plot of this couple blossoming around right now. So that's roughly the structure of the story, and I have a good feeling that this is just gonna end as well as pretty much every short drama this director has consistently put out up to this point. I will first mention what is not so ideal about this drama, and they are really the usual things that will come with this type of small budget production, and it comes down to not a huge story, limited budget, limited shooting time. You're also not gonna find very unique visual quality, although this director is really good at doing it. It's on the low budget end of everything, and it's done by a group of actors. None of them are very famous. I would even say that the female lead is in no ways impressively pretty within the actress standard of good looks that you usually find in Chinese drama. She really looks like an average neighborhood girl, but she's pretty good at acting, and she actually is leading another Mango television fantasy drama right now that's also on air, but that drama looks much worse than this one. And apart from that, is there any significant problems I can see in this drama? Not really. It's another very qualified story-wise, production-wise, worked out short drama. So now let's quickly go through what are worth watching about this drama. Number 1, this is 22 episodes. Each episode is 20 or so minutes. The first episode is longer than that, but every other pretty much is around that ballpark. So it's slightly actually longer than the previous short dramas this director has done. And you can feel that with this slightly sized up size of this drama, they try to put more stuff in it. You can see that the director is slowly moving towards getting bigger productions done, and good luck to him. I would love to see that day come sooner than later. If you compare it to A Killer Is Also Romantic or Provoke, you feel the story space is bigger, more characters, more things going on, more complicated story structure, and probably slightly more ambitious than the previous projects. Number 2, in terms of the casting and the performance, it maintains the type of quality and standard you have already gotten familiar with if you've watched this director's previous short dramas, including actors who are not super famous, but well casted for their roles, and who do a really reasonably good enough job for their roles. If they were somehow in other directors' crew working on other projects that are not focused on them or tailored to them, they may not appear to be as attractive or performing well as they are in this director's work. A type of drama that's definitely not trying to preach or teach the audiences anything. They're so in the position of, we are here to entertain you. As long as you, my customers, are happy, then we are happy. Which has been there for the 3 short dramas I've seen, and it continues in this one. I know the male lead actor Zhao Yiqing kind of had a semi-house collapsing after the airing of Provoke, of some of the old-time gossips of his earlier days that are quite typical actually in entertainment business, because he is so not famous. Nobody really cares about it. So even though that happened, it doesn't really change anything, and now his drama is still airing. He doesn't get erased from Dramaland, unlike some more popular people who barely actually was in dramas and idol who got completely erased recently in a variety show. If you know who I'm talking about, you know it's ridiculous and funny. So in terms of that thing in real life, it doesn't quite affect, I'd say, my view of this character, because I'm not interested in his real life anyway. So while I was watching, I was like, yeah, that's that guy, but hey, who cares? He does a good enough job for his role, and then yeah, that's enough for me. Also, the male second actor, he was one of the bad guy and quite paper thin two-dimensional character in 少年个性, I believe. A little bit embarrassing the way he acts. It's just so over the top in that drama. But in this one, I would really give it to the scriptwriter and the director who knows how to tune him. I totally enjoying his performance in this one, and it's so much better than the other one. And it probably will surprise you. If you've watched the other drama, you probably wouldn't even realize it's the same actor the first time you see him, if I don't tell you. Now I told you, so you already know. Again, shows you good script, suitable casting, and then good director can make a huge difference. The third thing I would say, I just love this so much that because this director is starting to build his little universe of short dramas, he would invite previous actors in other dramas to come back. So you're gonna see cameo from these 2 actors who were the leads of 念念无名, showing up actually in scenes that are interacting with this story's leading characters, showing you that they are living in the same time space. For people who've watched those shorter dramas before, they would definitely appreciate this amount of injection from previous dramas. Also, this supporting actor Wang Ruolin is showing up again. He was in 山河令. He did the Yi Fu role that was quite well received back then. He was also in Provoke as this male lead's fake father. And this time, he's the real father of the 2 male leads. From the master of managing adopted sons to the not so master of managing fake son to another type of not so successful master of managing his real sons. He's playing how many father roles now? I have the feeling that because of his age range now and the type of role he kind of got casted for all the time, he can continue playing the father of all kinds of main lead roles till he's 80 years old. And even if those younger actors crash and house claps and disappears from Dramaland, he probably will still be there till the end of days. So let's count how many father Wang Ruolin is gonna keep playing in Dramaland. I'm actually now really curious about that. Then next thing I want to emphasize is for this type of short dramas, there's one good thing about it is it's a no-pain drama. Because it's actually really detached from reality, it's a period setting, has fantasy element, and because of its lightness of being a short drama, you just don't expect great things coming from from it. Therefore, actually, as an audience, you are very relaxed going into the story and you just flow with it. It's actually much more enjoyable than those bigger things that somehow you have more expectation of them. Also, it is just very concentrated and focused on telling its own character moments, entanglement, love story. It doesn't really care about any bigger messages. From audience's point of view, it's sort of the instant gratification type of drama, but then it has its position. You know, sometimes you want not really having that much nutrition, but just enjoyable snacks. With the first 11 episodes I've watched, I thoroughly enjoyed that snack type of drama. The final thing would be, it really shows you that this director is so stable in his control, command of narrative, acting, lighting, camera language. Everything is designed to maximize the resources that's available to him. And I can notice that with the editing, angles, camera movement, lighting, that a lot of bigger productions, S+ productions, don't even bother to do or have no clue about how to do it well. I noticed so many well-designed lighting in this short drama, like all the previous 3 ones he's done, but this one, certain shots look even better than before. It is so deceptive that you think it's naturally looking like that pretty, but actually there's no way that it's naturally. It's completely designed where the light comes from, what the color is, where it's hitting on the actor. And the foreground, the background, it's completely been designed. A lot of high-budget drama don't even do that, or don't bother, or don't know how to do it well. Shows you again, when people know what they're doing, professional people, okay, even when they're limited with this and that, they can still do a relatively good job with today's basic standards of productions. So in comparison, if a bigger drama, everything considered, cannot do it as well, that means those productions weren't made for the purpose of actually do a good drama. They're made for all the other motivations that common in dramaland these days too. So that will conclude my halfway review of the short drama 风月变 Butterfiled Lover. Female lead. We don't know who she is really yet, but she probably has a weird encounter with something that butterflied her. I think that's why they named it that way. I will continue watching this drama for sure till the end. I am really curious to see how particularly the second lead couple is gonna end, because so far I feel the first lead couple story is very standard, but the second one is slightly more interesting and edgy. Hope that's useful for you to decide whether you should check out this drama. Thank you for watching Love New X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.